there's one thing the University of Wisconsin is known for, it's the ground game, specifically playing smash mouth football. Because of that, they know how to develop offensive linemen that they send to the NFL and usually have a strong running back or two in their rotation. A few months back on a camping trip, a friend brought up an athletic freak he had come across that was playing safety at Fond Du Lac High School. At the time, the kid was a 3-star recruit and weighed over 240 pounds. He was supposed to be a part of the 2022 recruiting class, but would decide to reclassify and graduate high school a year early and enroll at the University of Wisconsin. But who is this athletic freak? Stay tuned to find out. In the Who Is series, we go through the backstories of up-and-coming collegiate and pro athletes. There's a player you want to see in future episodes? Make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Braelon Allen was born in January of 2004 and grew up in Fond Du Lac, Wisconsin. You're doing the math at home? That makes him 17 years old as a freshman. Allen attended Fond Du Lac High School, where as a sophomore, he would play on both sides of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, he finished the year with 48 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, and 3 interceptions. On the offensive side of the ball, according to his huddle, he would take snaps at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and return kicks. He finished the year rushing for 621 yards and 76 carries with 6 touchdowns, and averaged 29.1 yards as a kick returner. His performance on the field led to him being named second-team sophomore All-American by Max Preps. Allen was ready to have a big junior year, but he would have to wait as the Cardinals postponed their season to the spring due to the events of 2020. During that time period, Allen announced he was going to graduate from high school early to join his collegiate team a year early. He spoke on the decision saying, "Honestly, I thought I was ready physically. I was willing to put in the work in the classroom to be able to have the credits to graduate this year. I just thought it was best for me and my future to get there as early as possible and hopefully make an impact early." During this time period, Allen would become famous on social media as videos of him cleaning 405 pounds and squatting over 600 pounds as a 16-year-old blew up on the internet, leading to him earning the nicknames Workout Machine and Man-Child. He told reporters, "I just think it's funny that everyone finds it so crazy. To us, in our weight room, we have a lot of strong guys, so it's pretty normal, but it's pretty cool to get the attention. I've lived in the weight room since I started coming to school here. I talked to a lot of freshmen, they asked me what's the secret. There's no secret, it's just dedicated. Put in the work." Although he announced he was leaving high school early, he still participated in the Cardinals' spring season, speaking on the opportunity saying, "It means a lot to be back out here with my brothers. We weren't sure if we were going to get to play." While his high school coach said, "It's nice to have. Even for 7 games, it's going to be nice to have. He's a great player. We're going to use him on both sides of the ball. We got guys playing both ways. That's how we do things here. He's going to play safety and he's going to be all over the field on offense, but it's about the team. Obviously, we highlight our best players and find ways to get them the ball. We'd be stupid not to." Allen would not disappoint, rushing for 1,039 yards on 71 carries, averaging 14.6 yards per carry and 135 receiving yards, finishing the 7-game season with 23 total touchdowns. Allen racked up 44 total tackles, a forced fumble, and an interception on defense as well. He was named the WFCA All-State team on both offense at running back and on defense at safety, as well as the Associated Press Player of the Year for the WIAA's spring season. His high school finished the year with a 7-0 record as well. Throughout high school, Allen would travel 90 minutes to train in Franklin at a facility run by Johnny Bridgewater. Allen was introduced to Bridgewater through 2022 Badger commit Miles Burkett. Bridgewater helped Allen with flexibility and mobility work before the spring season, and Allen would even live with Bridgewater for a period of time while attending virtual classes and training when he was not doing schoolwork. Bridgewater told Madison.com, "Just the fact of how dedicated this kid was to conference calls with counselors in Fond Du Lac, making sure he was doing the right things, making sure things got turned in on time, was actually just kind of admirable to see. He was on his computer and in the weight room with me. That kid's work ethic is next to none." His dedication also caught the attention of his future coaches as well, but I will talk about that in a minute. Originally, Braelon Allen was supposed to be a part of the 2022 recruiting class, but reclassified to the 2021 recruiting class back in September of 2020. Although he mainly played safety in high school, due to his size, many recruiting services had him rated as a linebacker. The reason for him being rated as a linebacker was due to the fact that there are not a ton of 240-pound safeties in college. It was thought the only way he would play safety was if he had dropped 15 to 20 pounds. The way he was built, he really didn't have 15 to 20 good pounds to lose. According to 24/7 Sports Composite, Allen was a 4-star recruit who was the 3rd best player in Wisconsin, 25th best linebacker, and 219th best recruit nationally. He received offers from the likes of Iowa, Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame, and Wisconsin. Allen chose to stay home and play at the University of Wisconsin over Notre Dame. When he reclassified, Allen joined fellow 4-star safety Hunter Wohler out of Muskego as the first and only 4-star defensive backs to come out of Wisconsin during the online recruiting era. So what was Allen's scouting report coming out of high school like? Well, according to Alan True, a national recruiting analyst for 24/7 Sports, Allen was a very physically strong, hard-hitting prospect, one of the more physical, violent hitters in the country. Has played safety and running back, but at 235 to 240 pounds as a senior, can now project into the box as a linebacker as well. Offensive production shows athleticism, as did what he does in coverage from the safety spot. Takes on blocks with power and leverage, runs through ball carriers, and is a very sure tackler. Main question is exactly where will he play in college, but given his size, strength, weight room work ethic, and general athletic ability, he projects as an impact guy no matter where he ends up. He was projected to be a day 3 NFL draft pick in comparison to Jawan Bentley. The question of where Allen would play at Wisconsin continued to stir throughout the spring and summer going into his freshman year. Back in April, Owen Reese of Bucky 5th Quarter wrote, "While inside linebacker is the easy path to envision, Allen eventually lifting himself into a pass rusher isn't a completely unheard of a career arc. Current Cincinnati Bengal and former Ohio State defensive end Sam Hubbard was recruited by the Buckeyes as a safety out of high school. Redshirted, lifted his way into linebacker, entered his first spring at linebacker, lifted his way into the defensive line, and started his redshirt freshman season at defensive end. He also went on to question whether Wisconsin might put a limit on him in the weight room due to how big he already was at the age of 16-17 years old. Allen had already been kicked out of the weight room a few times over the summer. Some also threw out the idea he may play running back in college due to the success he had at the position during the Cardinal spring season, but many thought Wisconsin would probably recruit running backs instead. When I first saw Allen and his skill set, I got really excited by the idea of him playing running back, but did not really think it would happen. Then John McNamara from BadgerBlitz.com reported that Allen was actually going to start his career at running back. Some wondered whether this was going to be a short-term experiment after his dominant spring season. Many questioned the decision at first due to how crowded the backfield was at the time. Although there was skepticism about the specific position he was playing his freshman year, there was a general agreement across the fanbase that we were all just excited to see Allen play in a Badgers uniform. Then as the summer and fall went on, the decision to have Allen play running back started to make more and more sense, as multiple running backs left the team for a multitude of different reasons. Chris spoke on Allen going into the season saying, "I think that there's also kind of a learning curve for those guys, that if I didn't break it for a touchdown, it's not good. There's just a lot to learn, and I love his approach and how he goes about it." Allen spoke on fighting for his shot saying, "I know it's coming quick, but my mind still hasn't processed how quickly it's coming. Right now I'm still trying to get my spot, earn carries and reps and stuff. Just showing that I can play and what I can do on the field. Running with power, just kind of trying to show guys that not only can I run the ball, but catch the ball out of the backfield, pass protect. Just showing them I'm an all-around back." He even spoke with Melvin Gordon, who has since become a mentor to him. Allen's breakout game would come against Illinois when he rushed for 131 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries. He followed that performance up with 108 yards and a touchdown on 16 carries against Army, before having his best game of the season against Purdue, rushing for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns on 12 carries. He didn't let an early fumble derail his afternoon, showing maturity for a young player. The Badgers may need to lean on Allen again this week against number 9 Iowa as they look to continue to turn their season around and fight to make it to Indianapolis. Who knows what will happen? All I know is Braelon Allen could be the next star Wisconsin running back, and I'm excited to see what happens next. But what do you think? Will Braelon Allen be the next great Wisconsin running back? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.